What's up, y'all? Back at it again with another one. Today we are driving my 1991 Honda Beat. So the most common statement that I get anytime I take my Beat to a car meet is everyone's always like, oh, there's no way I'd fit in that. There's no way I'd fit in that. I'm 6 foot tall and I've done 5-hour plus trips in this thing and I'm comfortable. My best friend is 6'4" and he drives this pretty regularly. If you've ever been in an S2000, I think the S2000 has more leg room lengthwise, but like cabin space wise, I think this has a ton more room than an S2000. I'm also more comfortable in this than I am in my Miata. So if you're watching this video, I assume that you're looking into K cars or something like that. And just to like clarify it, the three main sports K cars are the Honda Beat, the Suzuki Cappuccino, and the AZ1, which is an Autozam or a Mazda, however you want to look at that. I think there's two different ones or something, but same thing. The Cappuccino and the AZ1 both share the same motor. It's a 3-cylinder turbocharged engine. This one, the Honda, it's its own motor. It's different than the Actis. It's the same engine code as the Acti trucks and vans and stuff, but this is its own motor. It's individual throttle bodies, goes to 9,000 RPMs. Instead of it being carbureted, it's done like electronically, like through a computer and stuff like that, like a normal car. Out of those three, the Beat, the Cappuccino, and the AZ1, the Beat has the most room if you're a bigger person. I've never sat in a Cappuccino or an AZ1, but everyone that I've talked to, they all tell me the same thing, that the Beat has the most room, and you can visually tell just by looking at it that these have the most room by far. So my Beat, I bought it and it had 14-inch wheels on it. Factory, there are 13s in the front, 14s in the back. But it had some 14-inch Inkies on it with snow tires, very weird. And then it had a wing on it that I took off, and then it had this halfway Type 1 front bumper. And since then I have done final connection coilovers. They're maxed all the way out as low as they'll go. I put these 13-inch CF48s on here. I had them around and I love CF48s, and my favorite wheels, so I threw those on here. And then I've added like a couple like option parts, like it didn't have a radio in it when I got it, so I put the factory radio in it, which is kind of hard to find. I also got a factory option like armrest, I guess you would call it, so that's in here now too. So my Beat, and I did the quick release in the steering wheel, and this was one of the biggest things that I did. It had an aftermarket steering wheel in it, but I've sat in a Beat with a stock steering wheel, and they just hit my knees. So having a quick release with a deep dish, it like brings the steering wheel in like kind of close, but it clears my legs, and like it literally fits perfect. I also did a hybrid racing shift knob with a shifter extender, because the factory shifter's down real far and it was like hard to shift, as to where this you can kind of just like shift like that and everything. It literally fits perfect for me. This is like the most comfortable seating position in like any of the cars I own. So if you're watching this video, maybe because you want to go buy a Beat or you're looking into them and stuff like that, a few things to note is there are definitely perfect Beats out there with zero issues. I get that 100%. Vast majority of Beats, the soft top leaks. This soft top leaks like no other. They do make replacement soft tops that you can get in the States. They're a little bit different than factory, but they do make them. Also, the clusters in these things go bad all the time. Just because the tops leak, and then, not that it leaks directly on the cluster, but it just gets really humid inside the car, and I think that humidity gets into the gauge cluster and stuff and messes stuff up. They do sell rebuild kits for them and stuff like that, and you can send yours back to Japan and have it rebuilt and all that. When I got my Beat, the cluster was not working at all. The only thing that worked was the gas gauge. That was it. I bought this cluster that's in here now, and luckily I have a friend in Japan, got it sent to him, and then he sent it out to have it rebuilt, and it got sent back to me. So I have no idea how many miles are on this thing, and I swear that every Beat has had the cluster replaced. So I've had a few people like want to buy this car, and every time they ask how many miles on it, I say I have no idea, because quite literally have no idea. Another thing is, it's about probably 75% of Beats smoke. I don't know whether it's because they're old. I don't know what it is, but they all smoke. But like, I'm going 55 right now, and the tech says it's at 4,000. It's probably closer to 5,000. But they just get ran hard, so you just have to constantly check the oil. Another thing to check is timing belts. These are super definitely interference motors, so if the timing belt snaps, it's a hell. The motor's most likely trashed. I know a couple guys that have had the timing belt snap and the motors were fine. Very lucky. A lot of guys that the timing belt snaps, the motor's done. Bent valves, all kinds of stuff. And you can definitely get replacement stuff for these motors. These things have like a cult following in Japan, so there's definitely parts out there for them. But you have to order everything from Japan. It's not like you can just get something quick and easy or slap another head on it and stuff like that. It kind of doesn't really exist. So these things basically have like a 5-gallon fuel cell in them, and the miles per gallon I've gotten all over the place. It is crazy how drastic this changes. Like right now I have the AC on with the top up. It gets the worst gas mileage. That AC compressor puts a hurting on the motor. It's got like, I don't know, I've gotten like 28 or 20, like 25 to 28 with the AC on trips and traffic and stuff. But with the top down driving and no AC on, I've also gotten 45 to, like, I think it was like 45 or 50 or something crazy. It all just depends on how hard you're driving it, how fast you're driving it. They vary so much. I always just kind of tell people it's around 30 miles a gallon. 30 to 40 miles a gallon is basically on average what you'll see if you're not dogging the life out of it or anything crazy like that. So if you're from the US and you want to see what it's like driving one of these on the highway, this is what it's like. Like I said, mine's lowered a lot. It's got the coilovers and stuff, but there is plenty of room under here. So you can kind of see, basically the tires are taller than my car. So if you're wondering what the Beat size is compared to like a 370Z, because they're not super big cars, you can kind of get an idea. Alright, hopefully the wind won't get in the mic too much. We'll do a little pull right here. Of course, I think I was right in front of a cop. So if you're thinking about getting Beat or just looking into Beats, just checking them out. I hope this video helped you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you do, let me know down in the comments. Also, you can drop me a subscribe. That'd be huge. If you guys want to see more Beat content, Beat related content, let me know. I'm always doing stuff with this thing. I just never film it. If you guys want more information about Beats, let me know. I can make a video just covering so much stuff I didn't cover in this video. Let me know what you guys think. I'll see you on the next one. This doesn't look bad, but this is absolutely terrifying. And as you can see, what I was talking about, it leaking. It's actively leaking.